Okay, why don't we just go ahead and get started? And as others join us, we'll just kind of keep moving on. So, so this is it, and I can't remember the YouTube channel that I got this off of because I found it on Pinterest, and I was going to write it down and I completely forgot. So I did not come up with this specific idea, but I did change it up into different papers and you know, added my own embellishment and stuff. So let's get started, and I'll go through the supplies that I used quick. So I used the Blushing Bride stitched satin ribbon for the little handle, and then some of the basic jewels, or Jewel's Basic Rhinestones, or, well, sparkles is what I call them. And for my kitty, I got this from the Little Pretty Kitty stamp set. I just absolutely love this set. It's one of my favorites. And then I use the Stitch Shapes Framelits dies along with the Layering Circles Framelits dies. And you don't have to use the Stitch Shapes. I just kind of like the look that the stitching gives, so that's why I added that to it. But you could always use, you know, one of the coordinating dies to the scallop. So, and then for ink, just Blushing Bride in Basic Black. And then I used a water brush just to color in the kitty a little bit, and Wink of Stella to color just a little bit of shimmer on there. And one of the main reasons that I ended up finding this little bag is I purchased this gift bag punch board, and I also have the gift box punch board. And I was trying to look for ideas to create something that wasn't just a bag. And so that's when I ran across this. So we'll be using this. And so for cardstock, you are going to need a Whisper White cardstock. So your bag, or whatever color you choose to make your little bag out of, is going to need to be a 7 by 10. And then I used a Blushing Bride cardstock, a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 for the little scallop circle. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 shimmery white cardstock to stamp and color the kitty on. And then for my paper, I used the Blushing Bride Designer Series paper, and it comes in the Subtles paper pack. So this one is 2 1/2 by 5 1/2, and this one is 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. And I'll show you quick. This is what the template looks like. So this is what we're going to be punching with the board and then trimming things out. So, might see if I can kind of keep that in here a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is that this little thing comes with a scoring tool, and it's going to go up and down like this. See if I can move this in here. Trying to move stuff off my space here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to line up this edge with the edge on here, this little white line, and it's going to go all the way up to the top, and then punch, and then we're going to go right here to this small size and score right down this line here. And then we're going to move that over very carefully, and we're going to line this up here, and we're going to punch, if I can do it. It's kind of hard sitting down and doing it. There. Oh my goodness, you have to have muscles for that. Oh, and then the other thing, sorry, the other thing I forgot, I've only used this thing a couple times, is you're going to want to score across on that. So this will get lined up here, and you'll punch, and then you're going to come down here, and then on each side of this triangle, and then where it says side 2. you're going to want a line there. And it's kind of hard to see on the white cardstock. And I would look at my template, and then we're going to, let's see, move this over, and then we're going to punch on this line. I'm going to have to stand up for this. And then go down here again on this small, and again you're going to score going across here. I might move that over and rescore that. Okay. And then you're going to bring this over here to where this score line is again. And you're going to punch. And you're going to do your little triangle and down. And then the side. And then you're going to bring it all the way over to that very last score line. And you're going to punch again. And that's what you should have when all is said and done. So then, we're just going to come over here and score along these lines. Well, not score, but I guess crease. So then you'll come up here and you're going to score down these two. I think I must have totally missed that. So I'm going to go back and put a nice little score line on there. So I think I'm just going to, let's see. Which one am I, okay. So I'm going to run this across so I can have a nice crease there. All right, you're going to take your scissors and you're just going to trim off this portion here. So that's going to go. And then if you'll hold on one second, oh, here it is. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer because then we're going to put this in the paper trimmer. See if I can bring it down. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out here. All right, how do I do this? Nothing like being live, huh? Okay, so this is going to get trimmed at like this. If I can get this in here. And you're going to put this at 2 3/4. And we're going to trim down all the way to this point right here. So you want your little blade to line up with that edge. And then we're going to just take that whole piece off. Like so. So that's what it'll look like. And so this is going to be our front, or actually it's going to be our back. Sorry, so we're going to want to put your longer piece of paper on there. If I can get this right here. And I'm just using the fast fuse on this whole project so it sticks a little bit better. And that's going to just come, you'll have just a tiny sliver of an edge when you put this on. I think I might try and line it up. Oh, and okay, hold on a second. I forgot my corner rounder. So hang on a second, don't leave me. I gotta find my corner rounder. I try to have all of this lined up ahead of time. So because this is going to come around, we're just going to round our corners on here. My ancient corner rounder, isn't that nice? And then on your paper as well. So I think I'm just going to put it on like this so I can line it up. I just love this paper. I think it's so pretty. And then this piece is going to go, so it's going to come around like so. So this is going to be your front. And so that's where this piece is going to go. That's really sticky stuff. All right, so that's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on there. That should be enough. And that's just going to come around and meet up here at the bottom. Right, I guess easier said than done, huh? So like that. And your little ends are just going to come in like that. And this piece here is going to curve over. So what you're going to probably want to do is take your bone folder and just kind of make that so it kind of has that nice curve to it for it to come around. So then let's close up the bottom. So you're just going to bring your flaps in here. And then your back one is going to come, and then this is, since that's your front, then this flap is going to come in last. So we're going to just throw some fast views on there and close that up. And then I'll probably just take my bone folder and make sure that that's stuck down. So it's starting to come together. Isn't that cute? Okay. I'm going to grab out the Big Shot, and we're going to just cut the two little circles. And I lied. Let's not bring that out yet. I'm going to stamp my kitty on here first. And I'm going to do that in basic black. Oh, Sarah, they are always wandering off. The rounders, the adhesive, the paper trimmers. I can't keep track of anything, even if I set it down, 2 seconds beforehand. All right. Isn't that cute? So now I'm going to go ahead and bring out my Big Shot. And we're just going to cut these. Yeah, that looks good. I had to check and see where I was in the screen. It's a little bit different from when I do my other videos, so. Alright, put those down. And I've mentioned before in my videos, but whenever I give dimensions for the pieces that I use my dies for, I will generally have little to no room around where the die is. So if this is a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, just know that the circle die or whatever I'm using in it is just barely going to fit. So that's the size that you will end up using in there. All right. Pop that kitty out. And again, I'm using the shimmery white cardstock on this little kitty because I'm going to take my water brush, my aqua painter, sorry, and color her in just a tad. So I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take this scrap, just make sure that my, it's all clean. So I'm going to squish my pad together to bring up some ink. And well, it feels like there's a lot of water on this. Try and get some of it off. So I'm just going to color in her ears. And then her little nose. And very carefully see if I can color in the lines on the bow. I don't have any markers yet. So this is my method for coloring right now. This and the watercolor pencils, which are great, but they didn't have this soft pink, so. But I kind of like the watercolor look that this gives. So that's just going to get colored in, and then with the leftover ink that's on here, I'm just going to give her some rosy cheeks. So she's all kinds of pink. And then I'm going to take my favorite Wink of Stella and just color in the boat. I have to have at least a little bit of shimmer on some part of any card that I make. I don't know about you guys. I like the sparkle. So that's that. And I think I might just set that aside for a second and let that dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some Stampin' Dimensionals on here. And I'm not going to put them all the way around, so I'm just going to leave them kind of down here towards the bottom. And this was kind of where it got a little tricky for me. So I think what I might do, I guess I'm thinking out loud, and the video that I watched, she actually had a little magnet that she set underneath and on here, which held it really nicely. I do not have magnets, so I ended up using a glue dot to hold it in place. But to get this on here, I kind of wanted to find the center of where my little flap was, and ever so carefully kind of bring it down so it was centered on my bag. So that should look about right there. And I think this is probably dry enough for me to go ahead and stick her on there. Let's see. About like so. And then the ribbon. We are going to need the ribbon, which I had out here earlier. Oh, here it is. I set everything off to the side and then I lose it. So I think, you know, I measured earlier and I think it was about 6 inches of ribbon. And on this one, I didn't do anything fancy with the ribbon on the inside. I just stuck a couple glue dots and threw it down there. So I'm sure there's a better way to hide it, but I just kind of felt lazy and didn't feel like finding a way to do it. So let's see. I'm going to close this up. So then I just stuck it, I don't know, maybe ½ an inch on the inside. And then maybe like that much. So I can't tell if that's wandering out of the screen or not. I guess it is a little bit. So I hope everyone's having a good night so far. It's been kind of dreary here. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, and our weather has just, the sun hasn't been seen in days, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been kind of, you know, feeling that. I need some sunshine. I need vitamin D or something. Oops. So that's just going to come around here. Nothing fancy, just to stick it on. And then the last thing that I'm going to do on this is put some sparkle, put some more sparkle, because the Wink of Stella wasn't quite enough. Let's try to see what I did. I think I just used 3 medium ones. Let's see. Yep. So maybe just, I don't know, within an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch on the outside of that. And I just stuck 3 down. It's so quiet in here. And like that. Oh, there's my dog. And then I'm going to close this up. I think it says it was interrupted, so I hope. Did I lose you guys? I'm going to pop up here and see quick. You guys back on? Oh, yeah, snowy and blowy is wonderful crafting weather. I keep waiting for a good snowfall, but we get, you know, maybe a dusting and that's about it. So, I think I'd rather have, you know, 6 inches at least of snow on the ground than just gray sky. And okay, good, thank you. I don't know what happened, my connection got lost. And okay, so I think what I'm going to do instead of fighting with that, and that's what I did with my other one, is I'm just going to put a little glue dot on here and then close it down. And it's kind of tricky because it doesn't want to stay down because it's curved and keeps wanting to come up. So let's see if I could get my finger in there to keep it closed. I think I did it. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a couple other sparkles up here. Oh, wrong one. Got a little too far up there. So I guess maybe here? Yeah. So that's it. It didn't take too long to throw together. There. What do you think? Isn't that cute? You know, before I went live, I almost changed up my papers and used a different color. I could see this used in so many different papers and different, you know, stamp sets and everything. So, who wouldn't want to receive that?